My parents pulled up with a moving truck, saying they were there to help me move into a tiny studio. Can you imagine the gut-wrenching betrayal? The sheer, sickening shock of seeing your own parents arrive at your dream home, not to celebrate, but with a commercial moving truck, ready to kick you out and hand everything you worked for to your sister? That day, I never thought I'd call the police on my own family, but they left me absolutely no choice. My name is Brooke Adams, and I'm 32 years old. Just 3 years ago, I bought my dream home. I'd worked my fingers to the bone, saved every single penny, and finally, it was mine. It represented years of quiet determination. My relationship with my parents? Always a bit strained. They never really tried to hide how much they favored my younger sister, Stephanie. But nothing, and I mean nothing, could have prepared me for the day they showed up at my doorstep with that moving truck, poised to pack up my entire life without my consent. If you've ever felt like your own flesh and blood could turn on you, this story is for you. Growing up in suburban Boston, I always felt like I was living in Stephanie's shadow. My parents, Karen and Thomas, never even tried to hide it. Stephanie is 5 years younger than me, and from the moment she was born, it was clear she was the golden child, and I was just there. We weren't struggling financially. Dad was an accountant, mom a teacher, comfortable enough, a 4-bedroom house, good schools. They could have treated us equally, but they just didn't. I still remember my 10th birthday. I got a used bicycle, paint-chipped, seat-worn, fixed up by my dad. I was grateful, truly. 5 years later, for Stephanie's 10th birthday, a brand new bike, all the bells and whistles sparkling. When I dared to mention the obvious difference, Mom just waved it off. Stephanie has always been more sensitive than you, Brooke. You understand, right? Oh, I understood all right. I understood that my feelings simply didn't matter as much as hers. High school wasn't any different. When I wanted to attend a summer science program, something that would actually look good on college applications, I had to work evenings and weekends at the local grocery store to pay for it. But when Stephanie decided she wanted to go to cheerleading camp, my parents didn't hesitate. They wrote the check. Your sister needs these experiences to build her confidence, my father explained. You've always been so independent. And so, out of sheer necessity, I became even more independent. I studied hard, applied for every scholarship under the sun. I was determined to forge my own path because it was clear they weren't going to help me anyway. Senior year, I got into several great colleges, but chose Boston University because they offered me a substantial merit scholarship. Even with that, I still took out loans and worked part-time jobs to cover the rest. Meanwhile, my parents fully funded Stephanie's education at a private liberal arts college. She changed her major 3 times, took 5 years to graduate with a communications degree. Me? I worked through summers, graduated in 3.5 years with a business and marketing degree, finishing with honors despite my crazy schedule. After graduation, I landed an entry-level position at a marketing firm in Boston. The pay wasn't great, but it was a foot in the door. I shared a cramped apartment with 2 roommates, put in long hours. Every promotion I earned was purely through dedication and persistence. Within 5 years, I was a senior marketing manager. 3 years after that, I became the youngest marketing executive in the company's history. And through all those years, I kept saving. I lived below my means, invested wisely, watched my bank account grow. I had a clear goal, a place of my own, a home that no one could take away from me, a home that represented all my hard work, all my sacrifices. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.